Okay, so we manipulated our view to zoom into the sidewalk, and I'm going to click on my straight element for my driveway and open up a profile model. Really quick for that. We need to generate the profile using the intersection point tools again. So we're going to go to vertical geometry and profile intersection point. Locate your path. Locate the point here. If there's already a point displayed, I guess we could delete that point over here first. And then rerun this tool. Profile intersection point. Locate the element that is our path. We're going to have it intersected with the lot there and the edge of pavement. So this blue line is the edge of pavement. So that's what we should have displayed. So we create a vertical geometry between those 2 points. Profile line between points. And with center snap set active, click on my center snap. And then left click on each of these points. So when I see my yellow X, I know it's snapping to those. And then I can switch back to my element selection and set that active. So that is my active. And as soon as you do that, you should be verifying everything in 3D. As you create the vertical, set it active, you should see that line in the 3D model. Do the same for the other. So click on this one, open up a profile model, and I can do the same, delete these points and recreate them using profile intersection point. This is my path. Click on the driveway line. It's going to intersect the lot, and it's going to intersect this edge of pavement. So it creates those, and then you draw a line between them using profile line between points and snap to the first point. You might have to left click to identify your view, and then when you left click again, it snaps to the point. Snap to both of those, and then you can go back to your element selection and set that active. Hover over it, set as active profile. I know I didn't give those decent names. I could always go back and change the name of the profile lines, and I guess I could go ahead and do that. So this should have been feature name of driveway profile. Should be driveway profile. And this profile for this one I think it was probably has a sidewalk name, and I just wanted to make sure that it has a driveway name. Okay. Now that you created your profiles and gave them decent names, set them active, you can see both of those in 3D. Now we're going to click on Quick Profile Transition to generate the fillet. And this is going to be, just call it driveway fillet. Quick transition method is parabolic. So you can left click through that and locate what we want to define. We're going to click on each one of these fillets. So left click again for parabolic, and left click on the fillet. Now if they don't display in my 3D model, that's the first thing I want to verify. That means they're probably not set active. So I need to go back, click on the fillet, go to element info, and set this profile active. There it goes. So now it generates my fillet for that one. Set the other one active as well. My element information, expand the feature, expand the profile, right click, and set active. Now we want to create your terrain model. So there is a fifth element that we can use to make sure we bring this in as a boundary. But I'm going to go ahead and use my terrain model tool. Select Create from Elements and set my feature type to boundary, my edge method to none, feature definition is design contours, and my name is driveway. I'm gonna, I don't want my, we can do it in 3D. So I got that first element that I want as a boundary, and then left click on the other ones. Just because this is a terrain, it's going to figure out how to create that boundary, and if I don't have this edge of pavement portion here, then it might create a boundary over here. And so once I have everything, I right click, and feature type is set to boundary, left click, edge method is none, left click, and it creates that terrain model. Now we can apply a linear template to that. So I'm going to go to my 3D tools, 3D geometry, apply linear template, and we're going to change, leave our design stage, but we're going to change some other things as we go. So we got to apply a linear template to all the driveway elements. And so I'm going to start with this one here, locate that, and we're going to use the original side slope that we had. So hit Alt down on my keyboard, come over here and change to components, parking lot, building pad, edge treatment, simple tie slope. Hit OK, left click to accept, and we're locked to the start and the end. So I left click through those settings and make sure you go to the outside. So left click on the outside of my driveway with a sweep angle of 5, and it creates that linear template. You're still going to have to do target aliasing. I can go do that afterwards, but we'll just keep doing our linear template to all 4 of these elements. So left click through all my settings. Identify the element, left click to accept your template and your station range. Make sure you left click on the outside to apply the linear template with a 5-degree angle, and it creates that linear template. And just do this for all 4. Identify the correct side, left click through your settings, and again for the fillet. And then when you're done, we can right click and switch back to the element selection tool and do the target aliasing. So the target aliasing for this one, for the ones up here by the lot, we're going to hit the drop down on our target aliasing and make sure that before we do existing terrain, we should be targeting the linear template here on parking lot. So add that, and for the existing terrain coming afterwards. Do that for both sides. Define target aliasing. The lot or the parking linear template should go before the existing terrain. Hit OK, and it fixes those linear templates. Over on this side, you would be targeting your road. So east-west road needs to be targeted before the existing terrain is targeting. And once you've got all your linear templates defined and your target aliases, you are done.